about that. Hey, everybody. Appreciate your patience. Hey, we got both the Stromboli's here with us tonight. Awesome. Corn Pop, Greg McBee, how are y'all doing? Mr. John Stanley, how are you? Nice to see y'all here. Yeah, and yes, exactly. Wife unit's fixing my shit one PC at a time. Because obviously I'm too dumb for anything much more complex than, a digital watch or maybe setting the clock on a VCR. And if y'all know what a VCR is, then y'all are damn old. You're like me. Okay.
Stick to the microwave, okay? You can make popcorn.
I can fry bologna in a microwave.
Ew.
Hey, fried bologna's awesome. Don't diss the fried bologna. Oh, DJ, what's happening, brother? J Mac, how are you? The Mad Yankee is here. He graces us with his presence. Oh, man. So, where in the fuck do I begin? Tell you what, how about we talk about this old set raggedy ass shovelhead sitting here on the lift behind me? My customer kind of got hung up a little bit, and he wasn't able to come into the shop and finalize a couple of key details on this bike with me until Friday. So, needless to say, I didn't order any parts for this thing until Friday because there was a couple of things where I needed his approval, and also I needed to kind of give him some pros and cons on which, what, and how we were going to go about it and all that. So, anyway, that kind of set us back a little bit on that. No big deal. Everything's tracking now. We've got stuff in motion and we've got stuff coming this way. Should start seeing parts filter in for this thing over the next few days. But anyway, I wasn't exactly planning on that. But then again, my customer, hey, he's human too. So, he had some shit come up that he wasn't expecting. So, hey, this is a prime example of Murphy's Law. Anyway, speaking of Murphy's Law, yeah, I I don't look like this for my health, guys. This shit ain't been no fun. This has sucked. If you guys saw the thumbnail for the live stream, that that was about halfway through the demolition process in the kitchen. Um, we're most of the way through all the wall demo and the cabinets, all the cabinets and all that stuff. That's all out. All I've got left is I've got to pull the stove away from the wall and, see what kind of shape that drywall's in over there on that side of the kitchen. I'm hoping I don't have to tear that shit out. But, man, I mean, I am not a hammer and nail guy. I think I've alluded to this in the past. And it's why? Why are you looking at me like that for? Basically, my ass is in way the hell over my head here, and I'm having to kind of self-educate as I go.
But guess who's getting new wood tools?
Yeah. Actually, the wife unit is better at doing carpentry shit than what I am, and that doesn't bother me one damn bit because I I have this aversion to working with this nasty cellulose product. It's strange, it's unpredictable, and it's not very structurally sound.
Computers, carpentry, and literature.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
It's the 3 C's of life.
The 3 C's of life: computers, carpentry, and
Nope, don't say that.
well, I'm not going to say what she said, but basically,
Reading.
deviant midlife crisis housewife porn. Yeah, let's put it that way. Sick bastard, what's happening, dude? Squids on squids. Hey, man, good to see you. Ain't seen you in a while there, brother. How you been? Zellock? Hey, man, congrats on getting your bike tagged and everything and on the road, man. You are one of us now, brother. What other thing, Drew? I do not know this other thing of which you speak.
The other thing that he may have heard me say, because he got a little taste of my sass at the shop the other day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Drew is the newest member to the staff at the Ride Factory, and he's kind of been getting a crash course into basically all things. And that also includes dealing with my beloved wife unit.
It was just one time.
This one time at band camp. Worst profession ever, carpenter in the desert. I don't want to know how you know that, Orang, but I am going to bow to your expertise here. Brother Buck Brown, how are you, my man? I didn't see when you slid in the chat there. Holy shit, Jeremy McCormick. If you got tornadoes on the ground in your area, you need to find your ass a Freddy hole, dude. I mean, go take care of yourself. Get undercover, all right? We'll be here, all right? I'm not going to finish with my kitchen tonight, so you ain't going to miss nothing, okay?
Absolutely is pleasant.
Absolutely is pleasant.
I paid him.
I don't doubt that. I don't. Really, I don't. Oh, for a second, I didn't know you went down, man. What happened? I mean, you all good? Yankee, you can absolutely blame me, okay? But the thing is, I think you're going to like the 999s, all right? I mean, I've trash talked Shinko tires for the last probably 15 years at this point, but those they did it right on that. It seems like they're trying to clean their shit up. Corn Pop, I absolutely will, my man. And the thing is, I thought about hollering at you the other day, but I was kind of in the middle of everything, and I was in the middle of brain OMG explosion at that point. So, but just to kind of recap on what we found on this.
Yikes on bikes.
Yeah, we had a water line. Let me back up a bit. My kitchen and our bathroom share a common wall. Bathroom here, kitchen here, they butt up on a common wall. Anyway, um, whoever the fuckwit hack job was that put the damn shower and everything in my bathroom, or the shower valve rather, instead of actually putting, legitimate plumbing pipe in there, they used this flexible gray PVC trailer house pipe. It's not PEX. It's like the stuff you see them use for stub ups, for toilets and whatnot, in a mobile home. Anyway, one of those things, it didn't just break or blow out. Think of it as a micro split, if you will. It was a really small, really fine mist. And I'm really not sure how long this thing had been leaking, but we started hearing something in the wall, about 2 months ago. And
It wasn't that long.
what? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I got my weeks fucked up here, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm kind of running on empty right now. Anyway, a few weeks ago, let's put it that way. So then we started seeing signs of water, in our bottom cabinets. And at that point, we knew we had a problem, but it was going to be a few days before we could open everything up. And it just so happened that the wife unit had a nerd girl book club besties weekend getaway thing planned with some of her book club gal pals. And I figured that would be the prime time to do this because she's like way bad allergic to mold, like bad. And I knew that was going to be an issue because you could start smelling it and everything. Anyway, when we opened the wall up, the wall that was on the back of our lower cabinets was gone. The paint on the wall, it was stuck to the bottom cabinets, but the wall itself, the original plaster and lath and the sheetrock that was layered on top of it, it wasn't there. I mean, it pretty much liquefied. So there's no telling how long this thing had actually been leaking before we were aware of it. But there's termite damage in the wall, there's water damage in the wall, there's wood rot. I've got all sorts of structure repair I've got to do to the wall studs, the top plate, all that, the bottom plate. Basically, I got to reframe this wall without tearing the whole damn wall down. And then I got to put the kitchen back together. And I got to put drywall and everything up, and floor and cement board. And I'm still I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping that once I get the existing cement board up, that I don't have a problem underneath my subfloor, because there's a pretty pronounced low spot in my kitchen floor, and we've always known it was there, but now it has us concerned. How long has this been an issue? Because um, our house used to be a rental house, and it was previously owned by one of the local multi-housing renters, and they just decided that they wanted out of the renter game. And they had like 8 or 9 properties, within a 2-3 block radius here, and they sold all that stuff off. So you can imagine, if they got multiple rental properties, then yeah, they're really going to be Johnny on the spot and make sure everything's up to code whenever they do a repair on something. So yeah, so now I'm having to deal with all of the previous hack work, and putting lipstick on a pig cover up type fixes that they've done in the past. And also we kind of found out some weird shit about our house, and
Fun.
it's an ongoing saga. Let me tell you. Um, my house was originally built in 1947, if memory serves right. If that's the way that it showed on the
Ish.
yeah, late 40s. Anyway, um, we found out that our house used to be about 7 foot narrower than what it is, and on top of that, the the front of my house currently faces due south. Well, come to find out that the front of my house used to face what is that? Due east? Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to face due east, and it used to, face the road, which is probably like the main road that comes in down on our block. Oh, Zippo, brother, I appreciate the shit out of you, brother. I do, man. Seriously, I do. Thank you. That means a lot. It really does. But we found out that the front of our house used to face east, because where our foyer is now, turns out that used to be a full width concrete front porch.
Not just the foyer, but going into that side of what is now the other half of the kitchen.
Yeah,
That was like a full length front porch right there.
yeah. And the bizarre part is my kitchen ceiling used to have 3 different ceiling heights, and when we when we initially pulled the cabinets out and everything, and we opened it up, you know, we looked up inside where they had it boxed up above the upper cabinets, and we could see the original ceiling plaster. And we're like, okay, what the fuck is this? So we started poking around a little bit more, and we found out that where one of the steps in our ceiling is, that used to be the exterior wall where they've cut out like, what's that, about a 9-10 foot run of the block on the exterior wall, and they widened out that side of the house by 6 foot. And it it shit gets weirder and weirder, because I found the fireplace that my house used to have in it. Actually, I found half of it. I found the chimney where it goes up and it stops just below the roof decking, and I found 2 walls of the fireplace inside the wall of my kitchen after I cut the drywall out. Yeah.
Not just that, but the tea pantry where I currently have my tea pantry.
Oh yeah. Where we've got this little medicine cabinet slash tea pantry slash whatever in the hell you want to call it. Oh, Shufshy, dude. Brother, whenever I see you again, I'm gonna hug your ass big time. Shut up, Brody. I'm sorry, guys. That's Brody the Wonder Mutt, and he's a bastard, so he's dumb, okay? But the thing is, he thinks he's the baddest damn thing on 4 legs. Even though they're only that damn long, he thinks he's bad. Squids, guys, thank you. Thank you. This is the kind of shit that nobody ever warns you about. You know, you start doing some dumb shit on YouTube, and you start trying to share a little information with people, and next thing you know, you got people that help and people that care. Thank y'all. I mean that. Thank y'all a lot. Cause we man,
It's been a long year.
it's been a long year. We we wasn't ready for this shit. And we we damn sure wasn't prepared for this, because this is coming this is coming right on the heels of us still trying to get some resolution from the hurricane back in October. And and then plus right after Christmas, that's when, her car started throwing a temper tantrum, because obviously it was such a reliable car, we didn't pay it enough attention, and it decided it needed to be, you know, little special Becky. So it threw a temper tantrum. And then we went round and round with that. But hey, Tara, glad you're back, hon. Guys, I'm sorry.
Y'all got him.
Thank y'all. Seriously. I Whenever we get the chance to meet up, be it the first time or the next time, first round's on me, guys, because that's the absolute least I can do for y'all. Thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Uh,
It's a community. It's
and she's right. She's bang on right with that.
it's a community. It's I mean, we all have a common passion. We all have a common desire to learn.
She's right with that. The common ground here, John Stanley, brother, I appreciate you, man. I do. I do, I do, I do. Every single one of you guys. And the thing is, I appreciate the hell out of everybody that shows up whenever we do the videos, whenever we post up shit on Patreon, whenever we do a live, even though we don't do a whole lot of live stuff, I mean, I you guys are taking the time out of your evening and the time out of
You're
something that
sharing.
could probably be far more productive than sitting around watching me act like a boob on the tube. But the thing is, I appreciate that, because I've never claimed to know anything and everything about a motorcycle. But what I do know and what I can share, I I would love to be able to share that with the community, because the thing is, this community has given so much to me over the years. Um, it's given me
Yeah.
it's given me purpose. It's given me something to look forward to. Lagfest, man, Marky, God, man, I don't know what to say, guys. I Y'all are awesome. If it weren't for the fact that I have more or less unrestricted access to a high speed internet connection, and I have very little impulse control.
You're
You
very welcome
guys,
for the extension, by the way.
yeah, but you guys wouldn't know me from Adam. And the thing is, on a rudimentary basis, you still don't. But this is what I'm talking about when I talk about a sense of community and a sense of brotherhood within the motorcycle community. People don't get it. A lot of if you've never been in the life, if you've never been a part of that community, you won't ever understand, because you won't ever see it, and you won't ever witness it firsthand. Um, I mean, Forsaken, I appreciate that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to catch up on comments here, and yeah, I'm tripping all over myself right now because I love y'all, but damn it, y'all got me fucked up. uh, oh man, like I said, oh Matt, brother, thank you, dude. I thank you. Seriously, thank you. I didn't come on here tonight with the intent of being the next Jim and Tammy Faye Baker, and trying to raise money on a telethon. But fuck, y'all are awesome and damn people. I mean, yeah. I got no other way to say it. You guys are awesome. I mean, there's there's been more than a few times where tried to help somebody out and I got my ass burned for it. But you know what? Just chalk it up to, sometimes you come out in the good and sometimes you get shit on, but that doesn't give you a reason to, change who you are or, get cynical and cold towards what you know deep down inside to be right, the right way to be, not just to other people in the community, but to your fellow man in general, if you will. That's actually how me and the wife unit met the majority of our neighbors around our house because we we bought this place and we actually moved in a week before Hurricane Irma showed up in 2017, and that was how we spent our 1 week house anniversary was nailing up plywood on our windows. And I mean, we still had we literally had everything in cardboard boxes, and hurricane comes and goes. We're out of power for 6 days. Had a lot of people around us had pretty significant wind damage. Luckily, we dodged the bullet that time. But it's a good way to meet your neighbors because we get out in the next morning, we start checking on everybody. Don't know anybody. I met my one neighbor next to me for about 12 seconds, and that was it. The rest of the time, we were moving into the house. And anyway, we walking around, we're asking people, "Hey, do y'all need anything?" And you know, one neighbor's like, "Yeah, we don't have any ice." I'm like, "Well, here you go, have some," because we had plenty. We grew up in Tornado Alley, y'all, so we know how it is. We know how to prep for this shit.
I know how to cook on a grill. We
Yeah,
shared extra food. That's just what you do.
yeah. Speaking of cooking on a grill, that's basically what we're doing right now because the kitchen is a uninhabitable war zone that kind of bridges the gap between the bedroom and the bathroom and living room. So um, everybody's keeping their flip flops. Well, everybody's got two pair of flip flops. You got one pair on this side of the kitchen and another pair on the other side of the kitchen. That way, you got double covers just in case you got to wake up and go pee in the middle of the night.
Wait a second. I don't have two flip flops.
You can wear mine.
Oh wow.
They may be more floppy on you, but they'll still flip.
They'll fit me fully.
Yeah, well, you got balance issues to begin with. Oh, Flash, you're probably entirely right on that aspect. Yeah, a little bit more eyeliner and some rouge for sure. But yeah, yeah, yeah. The wife unit's talking about how she's a good person, but not always a nice person. That's true. That's true. Because the thing is, a lot of y'all probably don't remember or probably don't know. I had a customer's bike try to kill me on a test ride about 2 years ago, and I had to
Oh,
carpool with the beloved wife unit for about a week before the doctor cleared me to get back on the motorcycle. Because my dumb ass, of course, I get back on a bike 3 weeks after I break 9 ribs and a collarbone, and that was a very interesting week. Lefty, dude, hey, I'll admit, I teared up and I started crying like a little bitch because the thing is, people like you, people like Frank, everybody else that's passed around the hat, so to speak, Shupshy. I know there's a couple others here on the list right now, and I please forgive me for not being able to
Matthew, Mark,
pull it out of my brain.
John Stanley, Squids on Squid.
Yeah, yeah, well, the list that she just read off. Yeah, Frank, flip-flop money, that's some awesome shit, dude. Now you can have a second pair of flip-flops. That's your safety flops. But I mean,
As long as they're not Crocs, we're good.
Lefty, yeah, I'll freely admit, y'all got me screwed up because of your generosity and how much you guys are the living embodiment of what it truly does mean to understand the concept of brotherhood within this family that we have, dysfunctional though it may be, and out in left field, and we're all outliers in one respect or another, and a lot of people just don't get us. But that's what makes this one of the best communities that I could ever possibly imagine, is because everybody knows that feeling of being judged, being looked down upon, being looked at as a an odd man out, so to speak. So we all get it. We all know where we're coming from. But on the same page, there's so much diversity within the members of this community. It's amazing. And every single person here is special in their own right. I mean, I'm special in more than one way. I mean, granted, I've been tested and I'm not exactly sure what the results were because they never would let me read the letter. But, mama said I'm special. So, yeah, I'm special. The thing is, you guys are special. Y'all are awesome because y'all got me screwed up on that. Thank you. I mean, yeah, corn pop, you get it. We are all fucking special. SPSEHULL. Trouble Traveler, I absolutely agree. And the thing is, I have been on the prowl for a tow rig here for about the last year or so, because occasionally I do need to drag a trailer with me. And I sold my truck about 3 years ago, but I've been keeping my eye out specifically for like a Nissan Pathfinder or Xterra. But by God, if I get an Xterra, you can bet your ass it's going to be one of the fucking yellow ones. That's the only way it will happen. Mad Yankee, thank you, brother, and welcome to the island. Son, I think I planted some of the coconuts on that island from time to time, okay? But still, thank you all the same, brother. That means a ton. It means a metric shit ton. And yes, that is an actual recognized unit of measure.
Well,
I recognize it, so therefore it's legit.
I recognize that you recognize it. However, my recognition differs.
Oh, Tara, thank you, hon. And I know you've had your ups and downs here lately by the handful here lately as well. I get it. Homegrown, son, I've thought about a Montero, and the thing is, coming from an automotive background, I'm a little nervous about it. Now, the thing is, I do have firsthand experience with Nissan stuff, particularly the old WD-21 platform Pathfinders and the hard body trucks. Those things are tanks. You cannot kill them. If you change oil in them like you should, and you put a timing belt and a water pump in them every 100,000 miles, they will literally run for fucking ever. Oh, let's see here. J Mac, I appreciate the shit out of that, man. I really do, because I'm sure I'm going to have plenty enough damn questions before we're on the backside of this.
Julie, I definitely did not hit him in any way, shape, or form.
No, she didn't kick me in the ding ding, I promise.
No, I need that.
Yeah,
Wait,
she needs that.
oh, that's live.
Oh, yeah, that's live, baby. Y'all remember she said that, okay?
Y'all, I'm sorry.
Corn Pop, just to answer you, I had a 92 GMC half ton two-wheel drive extended cab. It was a 5-speed truck, had a 350 in it. I had literally been working on that thing since 1993. I inherited that truck from my dad when he passed. And that truck had a little over 400,000 miles on it. And let's be real here, okay? I was fixing to have to put some serious cash into that thing, and I decided it was time to let somebody else have some fun with it. So, one of my customers was needing a vehicle, and I made him I would say, a very fair price on it. And, I think my dad would have approved.
Um, can you please give proof of life?
Oh, Lala Stromboli, thank you. I appreciate the hell out of that, hun. And by the way, I still have your little glow in the dark, epileptic seizure inducing LED ice cube. And I figured out how to change the batteries in those things. So I'll bring it back to you the next time I see you at camp out. Hang on a second. I'll get you Sonic.
Currently outside, but yeah.
See, he's here. He's happy. He's healthy. And actually, he's getting taller.
That looks very vulgar. Lala, we're gonna have to talk.
She's over here drawing a mental picture of a cactus with a foreskin, y'all. This is none of my doing. Corn Pop, I agree with you. And from a simplicity standpoint, yeah, that truck was stupid simple. And my old man used that thing like a 1 ton pretty much every day he had it. But then again, my old man was a retired truck driver from Whirlpool. And as crazy as this shit sounds, I swear on a stack of Bibles, that truck still had the original rear brake shoes on it at 400 plus thousand miles. Zelok, I will agree with you there, but the thing is, I have intimate knowledge of how the inside of my wife's brain works, okay? And she is heavily censored whenever we're doing videos or whenever we're doing lives or anything like that. And trust me, she's not a pervert. She's a pro. She's got a license and everything. No shit, she's certified.
You're welcome.
And he is not Hebrew. Oh my God.
I'm making mental images of that
Oh
guy
God.
going full out right now.
Yeah. Yeah. She's over here. She's over here picturing the paramedic dude. I can't remember his name right now, but oh Jesus. Hey, not California quiet. You can hear it, but it's damn sure quieter than that chunk of shit that Josh has got. Exactly, Lala. You get it. She's a pervert. Okay. And the thing is, all the books that she reads, all the naughty books, that ain't smut. That's resource material. Okay, that's research.
You're welcome. Again,
She claims that it's to keep up with current trends. Okay. Me personally, I think she's hit that 40s era stretch of life. It's after kids. Oh, what do all the numbnut spring breakers call? Oh yeah, cougar status. Yeah. Well, corn pop. Shocked when I told him I watched your Discord. Small world. Well, yeah, because it really is a small ass world, and the thing is, the ability for us to have conversations like this and literally talk to people around the world in a live platform like this, that does kind of connect the dots a little bit easier than what it used to 10, 15, 20 years ago. Sorry, y'all, I'm reading comments here. Bear with me. Now, Zillock, my compressor will kick off here in about 5 seconds. Well, maybe 10, okay? The thing is, it's still a damn sight quieter than that chunk of shit that Josh has got. But it's also a little bit bigger, too. It gets hidden away in a closet here in the garage. And once we get past all the house fixing shit, I've got this little closet out here in the garage. It's going to get removed. That way I can make better use of space in there. What you have is you have an angry air compressor. That's what you got. It has its own anti-theft system built in it, no additional charge. Lala, stop helping. She does not need it. Okay.
Well, hey, Lala is a girl's girl. Okay.
True. Flash, I'm right there with you, dude. I mean, if you cut me, I bleed GM code 18 blue. All right. But then again, I was the black sheep of the family, and I was the one that just had to have a damn GTO with a big Pontiac motor in it. So there. But if it matters any, if it counts for any kind of atonement points, me and Dad did have a hell of a lot of fun with that 400 small block that we shoved in a 280Z Datsun when I was in high school. We made a lot of money with that car. Yankee, that is totally cool, my man. And honestly, that kind of reminds me that that's some maintenance that I need to do as well. But here, the past week or so, we've had urgent and more relevant pressing matters.
This is me censoring myself right now.
You don't have. We're all friends here. You don't have to censor
I would
yourself.
like to know how covering one's hands in lubricant and maintenance as a response tie together as a conversation.
Okay, well, the lubricant that he's talking about,
curious.
I have never smelled a sex lube that smells like hops number 9. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. Homegrown son, I actually learned to drive a stick shift in a 70 model long bed C10 Chevy. We called that thing shaky, and my folks bought that thing new from Smith Chevrolet in Fort Smith, Arkansas, in the fall of 1969. And that thing was bare ass to the bone. The only option it had is when Dad bought the damn thing, he ticked off the box for it having a 350 in it instead of a 6-cylinder because it was 3 on the tree, manual drums, manual steering. It didn't even have a damn cigarette lighter in it.
It was the summer of '69.
Right? The part is how they taught me how to drive stick shift is they drug my ass down to the Mulberry River bottoms, my dad and my grandpa, and they said, you know what, your grandma's gonna have dinner on the table here in about 45 minutes. And if you're late to dinner, you're gonna get your ass whipped. I was 12. Like, gee, thanks, Pop. Justin, Corn Pop, I wholeheartedly agree, okay? I grew up with that shit. And Shepsy, I have one of those candles. It smells like Klotz bean oil, okay? And it is amazing. And the funny part is one of the owners who is no longer a portion of the ride factory, she absolutely detested that. So whenever she wasn't looking, I'd light that damn thing and I'd hide it back in the shop on purpose because the return air vent for the air conditioning in the shop is right there by where my workstation is. So it would just kind of diffuse all throughout the building. And everybody else was just shitting and grinning over it. What?
I thought you explained earlier what was going on with the bike on the lift.
Who's asking?
Donald.
Oh, Donald, I'm sorry. I overlooked your comment, man. My bad. The way the comments roll up on my screen, but the comments show up really, really small, and sometimes it's hard for me to see them and pick them up, and they get lost. Um, anyway, right now I'm kind of in standby mode until I get some parts that we ordered Friday for this bike because my customer had a couple of business things come up and he was a little bit delayed getting into the shop to where we could confirm a few things just as far as what we're doing in the way of mods, upgrades, things like that. And I needed his feedback before I could pull the trigger, so to speak, on ordering what I need to continue on with the build. So here in another few evenings, whenever I kind of get to a point where I know where I'm at, from a house standpoint. Um, I've got to invest some time in this thing to where I can go ahead and get the motor and transmission and everything out of the frame to where I've got just a naked roller because I've got some mock up I've got to do on the chassis because we're hanging all new sheet metal on the bike. But I've got to at least have it as a roller to be able to do that. And that way we can send all the tin work out for paint.
So are you saying that we're going to see you removing the motor and the transmission in the next one?
Maybe not in the next one. It may be split up over two different parts because let's face it, guys, I'm juggling a bunch of damn chainsaws right now. I'm gonna try my best, but the thing is, you know, even God's own prototype here with almost unlimited supply of peanut butter and jelly power reserves. Every now and then, I gotta sleep, y'all. I'm sorry. That and there's this evil thing called work. Yeah, it's weird. They expect you to show up regularly. It's bizarre. Ah, y'all got a clutch candle too? That's awesome, Dragon. Zillock, I agree and I understand. Okay, it is an acquired taste. Oh, Zillock, that's a good question, man. It kind of depends. Now, like 2 years, if you're talking about like a restoration or something, that may not be out of the realm of possibility. But if it's like, here, put this water pump on Grandma's '78 Tornado, I don't see it taking 2 years, man. I mean, I need a little bit more backstory on that one. Buck, it's okay. And like I said earlier, dude, this was kind of a last minute decision on my part. So, and yes, she does have an inflatable T Rex costume. And if I can sweet talk her just right, I will embed a video of that into one of the upcoming Ramblin' Park videos here very soon. But the thing is, you guys are going to have to watch for it because it's not a real big clip. It's about 15 seconds or so. But trust me, it's worth it to keep the eyeballs open for it because that shit is hilarious. That was probably the closest I've come to pissing myself laughing since I was 2 years old whenever I walked into that day.
Okay, how about this? I will locate said video from V-Day,
Yeah.
right? And I will post it in the Discord for anyone who wants to view it.
Hey,
By the way, y'all, he actually pulled a muscle laughing.
I did. I did. I mean, it's funny because for a couple 3 days after that, every time I would cough or something like that, because I had a cold at the time, it would hurt like hell. I mean, it literally felt like I pulled a muscle in my diaphragm or in my stomach or something. Hey, Red Honk, how you doing, man? Steve O, good to see you again, brother. Been a while.
No, he's calling our hogs.
Yeah. High school beater was a '59 Ford. Man, my first car was a '77 280Z Datsun, and it was 5 different shades of yellow. And probably about 75 pounds of that car was all the damn Bondo that the previous owner had slathered on that thing with a trowel. I mean, it was unfucking real. Yeah, literally, she busted my gut. Hey, sick, how you doing, dude? But but yeah, I will as a token of my appreciation for y'all's vast generosity here, and also just to give you a little bit of comic relief and one more reason to scratch your head and go, what in the hell is wrong with him? I'll make damn good sure that the dinosaur video winds up in the Discord. Okay,
I'm already looking.
she's looking right now. You wait a minute. Let me get this right. You bought a bike from a dude, and then he messaged you saying, "Hey, wait a minute. Can I have that bike back? I got this other bike I want to sell you." Am I reading that right? Oh, you had a 280Z too? Okay, so you know the struggle, especially when the fucking door handles on the inside break and they don't work anymore, and you got to Dukes and Hazard your ass out of the window on that thing.
2021.
Lala, you are 100% correct in that, hun. And the thing is, we are coming up on our 28th orbit here this summer, and
Time for an upgrade.
it's been some ups and downs and some really shitty downs, but the ups have been glorious. And this shit that's going on in the house right now,
We look at the ups even during the down.
yeah, we do, because you got no way, around that. You have to look up. Um, if you just focus on all the negatives in life, you're going to be one of the basically you're like the bipedal embodiment of Eeyore at that point. But yeah, like I said, I've been putting up with her loony ass for 28 years now, and
Excuse you?
it ain't got boring yet.
You're welcome.
I mean that literally, I do everything I said.
Whatever.
Oh shit. Well, like I said, guys, the house thing that was definitely unexpected, and that threw a wrench in the works. So yeah, we're splitting time between Bob the Builder and Let's Build a Shovelhead. So you know, if anybody wants any ideas for last minute Christmas gifts or a early bird Christmas present, coffee black that always works. So glad Shade Tree brought you to the lights, hell or Bud Light. Oh God. You know what? I'll tell you guys a little secret here. A year ago, if you'd asked me if I wanted to start a YouTube channel, I'd have been like, "Oh shit, no, I ain't got time for that." And I started out helping Josh out on his channel and everything with some stuff, and that actually the first video that me and Josh ever did together was the one where we were working on the wet spot. The old shovelhead FXR that he's got, and we freshened up the motor, got it up and running and everything, and that was right at about a month after my wreck. So that's been 2 years ago, something like that. And it just kind of took off from there. And Josh is busy, I'm busy, and I mean, hell, we're 50 miles apart. So like I said, a year ago, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'll never do a damn YouTube channel. That's too much bullshit. And then here we are. So yeah, it's funny how you don't ever say never, because yeah, that shit comes around full circle. But huh, J Man, you'll get it together. I hope like hell I don't, because the thing is, people that have got it together, those are the boring fuckers that live in an HOA and they have 2.3 kids and a Yorkshire Terrier. And I'm sorry, that ain't my style, bro.
I got a book suggestion.
Oh God.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Oh God. Y'all don't give her. Okay, if you're going to send her porn to read, at
Books.
least send her a video.
Books.
Books can be porn.
Books? No, it's
Books can be prawn.
censor yourself.
Excuse me, erotic literature. My bad.
There's plot.
Yeah, no shit, Shepsy. That .3 kid, oh yeah, he's hell on wheels. And if you think about it in a roundabout sort of way, I kind of sort of halfway fall into that category, considering I'm adopted. So It's funny whenever I go to the doctor and everything, especially if I'm breaking in a new doctor, and they're like, "Well, do you have a history of this or this or this in your family?" I'm like, "Don't know, can't tell you." Hmm. Heinz 57. Take a wild guess.
You were the secret ingredient in Worcestershire sauce.
What?
Yep.
I've never heard anybody accuse me of that, and I'm not sure whether to be offended or not.
Savory. You're welcome.
Okay. I, she kind of got me. She kind of got me brain stumped on that one because I'm being compared to the secret ingredient in Worcestershire sauce. I don't know why. Tara, that's probably the best damn way of explaining something like that to anybody that doesn't have a clue I've ever heard of. Jordan, you ain't wrong, dude. And as a side benefit, many, many years ago, we turned the production factory into a playground. So, yeah, we don't have to worry about that point three kid. Hey,
Yeah.
Fergus, how you doing, buddy?
Um, Recap on the home construction.
The recap on the home construction is basically this. We had a water leak inside the wall that was common with our bathroom and kitchen. And whenever I opened it up, I opened up Pandora's box because I found all sorts of
That's a
half
good
brass
time.
patchwork stuff. I found trailer house plumbing. I found fittings that should never, ever, ever marry up together. And somehow they slathered enough pipe dope on it to make it work. Um, yeah, and then we found sheetrock and plaster and lath wire and shit that dates back to the 40s. And also, I found a lot of wood rot and termite damage. And oh yeah, my kitchen ceiling's going to grow by damn near 2 feet by the time it's all said and done. After we took out the first and second false ceiling, yes, there was two of them in our kitchen. So yeah, you can kind of get an idea. Um, Bob Vila would either have a field day or a stroke if he walked into my house. Not sure which. Lead to copper, dude. I've still got cast iron pipe in my house. I found
I've got cast iron skillets.
well, yeah, but cast iron skillets is one
Treat
thing.
me nicely.
Whatever.
Love you.
I don't know what in the hell that has to do with cast iron pipe in the house, but anyway,
I've seen tangled.
I think you're on a totally different wavelength here, babe. But oh man. Well, don't worry about the leather vest because I don't wear one myself, dude. Mine is plebeian poor man denim. Yeah, Drew, you ain't shitting there, dude. I mean, we're what plumbing I've done up to this point was strictly a temporary measure, just to where I could staunch the leaks and also get the shower going and get the water back on in the house. But like I said, that's a temporary thing. We've got to do solid, before we close it up. Oh, la la. Ooh, yeah. I'm sorry, but I'd be ringing that bell at that point. You know the bell I'm talking about, the one that goes ding, whip your kids. Yeah, that's that bell I'm talking about. Key fob, what's up, brother? How you been, man? Hey, Key fob, do me a favor. I need you to message me because I need you to get in contact with me at the workplace, and we'll pick this conversation up in Messenger. Okay? Flex tape, Flex seal. Man, those infomercials are so much bullshit, but God Almighty, they provide an endless supply of things that we can just shit on and make fun of. Radiant flooring. You know, that I've heard of such, like heated floors and whatnot.
That sounds delightful.
That sounded awesome when we were living in Arkansas and Tennessee. Not here.
Oh, you mean like this time of year where whenever I open my car door to go home at the end of the day and I have to let the wafting fumes of Satan's butthole release before I get into my vehicle?
Maybe you just need to clean out your car.
No, it's clean.
Here's my question regarding Flex Seal. How much Flex Seal can you build up and to the point to where the weight of the Flex Seal affects its ability to bond and it starts to fall off? Because I don't think anybody's ever explored that. And absolutely, radiant heat is a natural Florida feature.
How about this? What are some of the tools that you have had to look up for our renovation?
Shit. Well, it's not really so much what I've had to look up for our renovation, but the thing is how I had to take what I am familiar with and adapt it over to fit my circumstances. Case in point, I wasn't going to go to Lowe's and spend $30 on a pair of crimpers for crimping, the little stainless bands on PEX pipe and everything. Whenever I've got a perfectly good set of crimpers that I use for crimping Oetiker clamps on oil lines on Harleys. Guess what? They do the same damn job, and I already had them. Cordless drill, yep, got them. Couple of them. Screw gun, one of them too. Little baby sawzall, yep, that came in clutch. So, there's a couple things that, I actually had to buy. I had to buy this vacuum cleaner thing that goes on an angle grinder to where I don't entomb my entire house with dust from grinding the old thin set off of the cement board in the floor. And that thing was like $35 at the People's Republic. And I thought, that ain't that bad. And then I was like, well, I got to go buy a cup wheel for my grinder because, all my grinders are set up with flat discs or abrasive wheels, whatever. I go pick this damn thing up and it's $35 for a damn cheap ass cup wheel. And I'm like, holy shit, I would hate like hell to see what this damn thing sells for at Lowe's. And that's even, blatantly exploiting Petty Officer Squid Boy's employee discount at Lowe's. Yeah, I don't want to spend any money on this. The main thing is we did not have this in the budget to deal with, but you know what? Sometimes life just throws you a shit sandwich and you got to be able to pivot and get the fuck out of the way. So we're going to do what we got to do. Steve, what part of Arkansas do you live in right now? Just out of curiosity's sake.
Vague geographical region.
You can be as vague as you want to be, okay? It's not like I'm going to look you up on Google Earth and go, see, that's him. That's the guy. Oh, God, I did not know you bought a wing. Oh, boy. No, Justin, it was one of the carbide cup wheels for grinding.
Hail.
Oh, shit, dude. Well, you're about 50 miles from my point of origin.
Less than.
Due north. No, it's right at about 50 miles.
Last time I was there, which was a year and a half ago, because I flew into XNA.
Yep, I know.
It was literally, according to Google Maps, 47.
Ding, ding, ding. Nailed it.
So just under 46 miles.
Not quite. Van Buren, other side of the river, but so damn close. Hey, Lala, what you need to do is tell the other Stromboli that you guys need to get a hold of me. That way I can get your Roadstar up and running for you. Flash, you ain't telling no lies there, dude. You are not.
I see Walmart trucks on my commute, like the transport and everything, and it never fails. I have a two-part mental recognition. It's like, hey guys, how you doing? Cool to see you. And then the second part is like, stop following me.
Yeah, well, same could be said for USA Truck because their global headquarters was in Van Buren, Arkansas. Hey, Dan Mercer, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Mr. Pulling, um, I wouldn't exactly call her a good wingman. Occasional voice of reason, on staff, technical, yeah, on staff technical support, sure. Um, chief cook, bottle washer, the maker of pancakes. She is like the mother of dragons and the knower of all things. I'm not sure I'd call her a wingman though. Yeah, that'd just be weird. Because, like, say we walk into a bar, um, if I get caught eyeballing up some other chick in the bar, wingman she ain't.
If y'all have seen Yellowstone, I am full Beth.
More or less, yeah. Yeah, she gets a little redneck crazy, a little bit more than a little bit of the time.
Maybe, allegedly.
Oh, Djibouti Dubs Hercules hooks. Huh. That ain't ringing no bells, but okay, I'll look them up. Yeah, you guys are bitching about the weather. We're fixing to get into monsoon season here. So, all my local guys, guess what? It's about that time. You got to break out the rubbers.
12 days,
Yeah.
13 days.
But anyway, or you can do like I do because I absolutely hate being stuck in the trash bag for 45 minutes at a stretch, or worse, if some numbnuts has crashed on the 275, because you might as well just wear a damn sweatsuit. So, you know, I just ride in my street clothes and everything. Don't give a shit about getting rained on because I keep spare clothes at the shop to where I can rotate out. What new bike do you have you need a 6-volt battery for? Now you have piqued my curiosity. And what kind of a frame are you on the hunt for, Lagfest? Oh, you got an XT. Don't do like I did. Don't bump the timing up on that, thinking you're going to get a little bit more out of it. You're going to get something out of it. It's called a limp. Whoa, wait. Why are you trying to procure a frame for a 2024 Katoon? There's a story to be told here, I'm sure. Homegrown, I'm gonna have to look that up. Actually, if I could find me a yellow crew cab Frontier, that would tick off every single little box. Because that way I could, at least look like I knew what I'm doing whenever I pull up at Lowe's and I got 2x4s hanging out of the back of it. Instead of being that one dude that everybody can see from a mile away wandering around going, "Ooh," because I am wholly and totally out of my damn element. A recliner? Buck, what the hell are you talking about, dude?
It's because you should sit in one and fall asleep on the spot.
I do. My off button's located in my ass. Whenever I sit down in my chair, I'm gone. I mean, hell, there's been times where I've fallen asleep out here in the damn garage editing videos, y'all. And that's a damn awkward thing to explain whenever you come stumbling into the house at 4 in the morning. Dude, if you want to throw a picture up in Patreon, feel free, man. Have at it. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one. The one where the dude had rigged up the steering with freaking bicycle chain and stuff. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's rolling death right there, dude. I mean, I'd have to do some massive redesign on that thing. Homegrown, I totally agree with you because we had that same phenomenon that happened with our daughter's fat ass cat named Luna. We had to babysit her for 6 years, give or take, while my daughter was off in the Marine Corps because they won't let you take your pets to boot, obviously, and also I don't think Paris Island would be quite her environment. But Luna was the princess of the house. And that fat bitch blew up like a damn balloon after we got her fixed. And she weighed every bit of about 17, 18 pounds. And she would instantly plop up in your lap whenever you sat down on the couch, the recliner, whatever, wherever, it didn't matter. That was her spot because you were her convenient human slave. And boom, feline paralysis ensues, and you're out like a light. Steve-O, I agree with you to a certain extent. Brody the Wonder Mutt, he thinks he's a lap dog, and he's 50 pounds of flop-eared, drooling ass, dumb shit basset hound, and it's not his fault he's dumb. He's just not real smart. But no, no, flipping Zippo, you ain't tripping. That was the wife unit. She went around the shop. Devo, no, not that wife unit. And the thing is, that's kind of a weird thing, and I'm surprised that nobody has picked up on it or said anything about that up until now. I have introduced people to my beloved wife as the wife unit for years now. And I never knew that was a thing until I stumbled across one of Rain Man's videos, uh, probably last fall, a little bit after I started my channel here, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, weird. No, Flash, yeah. No shit, I fell asleep editing videos. I was observing videos before, but I fell asleep while I was editing. So, yeah. Laura, yeah, I know how that works. Okay. Yes, Lala, Brody is a basset hound. And he's your typical basset hound. Okay. I mean, his legs are this long, his ears are this long. He still trips on them occasionally. And he's about as well, let's put it this way. If brains were dynamite, that dog could not knock the fuzz off a damn peach. He is that dumb. But he's lovable. I'll give him that. Zippo, I'm doing, or at least I'm trying to do the same thing here. And that's after a while, my eyeballs start going out of plane where they go like that. Look, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. You guys share brain cells. I mean, it's scary. Well, I've never seen Brody trip on his tongue, but I have seen him trip on his ears ever since he was a pup. Lala, yes, I will agree with you. Bassets are less than intelligent, but Brody got an extra dose of the dumbs whenever they were handing them out that day. Joey, that's scary right there, man. I mean, that's spooky. When when me and the wife unit were on our way back from the camp out back in March, I it was late. I was tired, shot out, and it was about 2 in the morning, and I got a little bit complacent while I was waiting on the uh, traffic light that's about a half mile down the road from the house here, and I caught myself drifting off for just a split second, and that scared the shit out of me. Flash, actually, that is Rain Man Ray's wife unit's channel, and I, that was just a blind freak coincidence. Like I said, I've introduced my wife as the wife unit for many years at this point. Hell, I was I was introducing her to people as that back when we were living up in Tennessee, and I moved down here in 2016. So yeah, but like I said, I stumbled across that and I was like, wow, that's weird. And then, I found the wife unit channel. I'm like, wow, that's double weird. So Tara, that's some spooky shit right there. Whenever you kind of zone out and you get to that point where you're not entirely conscious, but you're aware and functional enough to where you can still go through the motions. Whenever you got time blocks that are missing, and then whenever it sinks in and it hits you on the backside, it's like, whoa, that could have been bad. Buck, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole, okay? I am not.
Okay. I took a few minutes to locate said video of inflatable dinosaur you mentioned earlier, and it's now in the Discord.
Okay. So I have it on good authority that this dinosaur vid is now on the Discord. So if you guys want to go over and check that out, you're going to laugh your ass off when you see it because she did this for Valentine's Day. Y'all of questionable mind and morals can fill in the blanks from there, okay? But trust me, go watch that shit because it is hilarious. Yeah, Joey, that's some scary shit, dude. And call it what you will, zone out, highway hypnosis, autopilot, being on cruise control. At whenever you realize what you did, it's like, whoa. Mm. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, how did I do that? I don't know, but it's kind of terrifying. I ain't gonna lie. Well, questionable morals that are open for interpretation. Let's put it that way, Tara. Okay.
How do you define questionable morals?
Well, there is no definition. That's why they're open for interpretation. It's based on your own personal comfort level.
Okay, so how would you consider what rules the most, morals or ethics?
Yes. Um, that's a slippery slope there, babe.
Isn't it though?
It is.
The kind of conversations that you and I actually have on the regular.
Right? It's like Red Honk said. It's like art. It's open to interpretation, and you're exactly correct in that. I mean, you're absolutely exactly correct in that.
These are literally the random conversations that you and I will have.
I know it's scary, isn't it?
Right?
We talk about some weird shit, y'all.
What does the color blue taste like?
We haven't actually broke that one down, but we have made that joke for many a year. Jordan, it was a little creepy, but God Almighty, it was funny. I mean, I laughed so damn hard, dude. Seriously, I think I pulled my diaphragm. Steve, I'm originally from Arkansas. I mean, me and the wife unit were both, from Van Buren.
Whenever you hear us at the same time, it does not sound as though we're from the same place. I get that. There's a story behind it.
Yeah, there is a story, and it's kind of long, drawn out, convoluted. But the thing is, we're both from the same hometown. I sound bumpkin as shit, and I embrace that. She sounds vanilla, like she could be from anywhere, probably a northern town or someplace weird, like Minnesota or something like that.
Is it okay if I tell them?
Yeah, jump on, tell them.
Okay. So the story is that I was born mostly non-hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had a few surgeries before I was 2 or 3.
Yeah, she had some challenges early in life.
Yeah. And I remember years of speech therapy. So, whenever we consider years of speech therapy and working on enunciating words specifically, which are occasionally still a challenge, and yes, I still have occasional challenges hearing, this is actually why Joe and I sound different. And anytime that I have gone back, or even before we left Arkansas, I have had people say, "Hey, where are you from?"
Yeah.
Here.
Here.
I'm from here. No, really, where are you from? Yeah, I'm from here. Okay, but where are you born? Across the river, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's what's really hilarious is um, I'm not going to name any specifics here, but most of y'all know by now the wife unit is employed by a very large and well known entertainer here in Central Florida, and their key mascot is a rodent. Let's put it that way. Anyway, whenever I am occasionally I will visit the wife units. Charles, dude, man, thank you. I thank you so much. I God bless you, sir. Thank you. I mean that. Thank you. uh
Y'all are fucking amazing.
yeah, yeah. Y'all
We did not come on here to ask
yeah,
for a single fucking thing tonight.
no, we didn't. I I came on here tonight to let you guys know why I hadn't had time to put out a video for you guys, and I felt bad about it. So I felt like y'all, I owed y'all an explanation. I felt like y'all deserved that, and I, you guys, you guys have given me a perfect reminder of why this community means so much to us, why it means so much to me, and I mean, I've been in and around the motorcycle community since I was 12 years old. That was my first paying job, was pushing a broom in a bike shop. But I got to admit, it's been here the last 15 years, and call it partly where I kind of had to get that far along in my progression as a human being, where I was at a particular point in my life. But it's been here the last 15 years where it's really hit home, and where it's really where people really, God, what's the word I'm trying to use here? Because I'm at a loss right now. y'all y'all are awesome, and
Valhalla.
yeah,
Because every single person in the Jedi community is a fucking warrior of one type or another.
yeah.
Who has a story, who has a backstory, and every single one of you are a fucking warrior, and we love you.
I I got nothing for that, because yeah, that's it. 100% on the nose, guys. Every single one of you folks out there is amazing. Every single person that I've met on this platform, every single person that I've met at campouts, everybody that's called me up on the phone and said, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Everybody that's shot me a message and said, "Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing?" Every single one of you people. I mean, y'all are as much family to us as my own flesh and blood. Red on. Don't spend this on drywall. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Uh, it just, I tell you what, every single one of you guys, whether we've met face to face at the campouts or somewhere along the way, whether, we've just run into each other here on the tubes, uh, if I ever get the chance to sit down and have a beer with you, or just sit down and bullshit and tell lies with you, every single one of you people, you're always welcome here at my home. Y'all
Once
are,
I have a kitchen to feed you with.
yeah, once we have a kitchen where we can feed you with.
Because I will feed you.
She will. She's like my grandma was. She's a food pusher. How do y'all think I stay, in the shape that I stay in, okay? This is peak male. I do not have abs. They've all merged into one. I have an ab.
You're welcome.
And if you believe that line of bullshit, here, I've got something else to show you. But seriously, y'all are all welcome at our home anytime. Don't matter the reason. Just call me. Fuck yeah, door's open. Come on in. Don't spend it on drywall. God damn it. Oh shit. Voila, you nailed it right on the head right there. And this is a conversation that me and the wife unit have had many times over the years, and also something I've had in my head with myself many times over the years. And that is partly why I feel like that I have always had the bond that I've had with my parents and my grandparents as well.
I love my in-laws.
The thing is I wasn't an obligation. I wasn't a responsibility. I was chosen by my parents for them to take me into their home of their own free will simply because they wanted to share a life with a child. And that's something that you got to live it to understand it fully. And that that especially finding out when I did, because I didn't find out I was adopted until I was 18 years old. And I found out by accident. So yeah, that was kind of a shocker for about 12 minutes. But you know what? It gives you a whole new appreciation for your parents, and it gives you a whole new appreciation for people that you call family. And the thing is, I call each and every single one of you guys family because we're there for each other. You guys have been there for me tonight in ways that I would have never imagined. And you can ask her. I'm too damn hard headed and too prideful. I would have never asked. Never in a million years. I'd have gone out and chopped down a damn palm tree and I'd started carving that damn thing into sticks before I'd asked. But you guys are awesome. I got no other way to say it. Steve O, no, I didn't go to MMI. Never did.
Funny story about that though.
That's a later on thing. Oh, what the hell. Whenever I first started looking at moving to Florida, I was in contention for a instructor's position at MMI. And then they gave me a sample of their course curriculum that I was required to teach. And I pretty much told them, I'm like, guys, this isn't going to help anybody that's in a functional, real shop. You're teaching them from a sterile lab rat environment, and you're not doing them any favors. And then I was told that that I was required to teach strictly their curriculum that they provided. And then at that point, I decided, you know what, this ain't the place for me. So that's pretty much where we left it.
You turned down the offer.
Yeah, I couldn't in good conscience do that because I knew that there was going to be a lot of guys that were there for the right reasons and truly believing that they were going to be able to walk into a solid job position right after graduation. And seeing it time and time and time again in the real world and knowing that that is far from the case, I couldn't in good conscience do that. Life or Nav? It's been a while since she's had Bambi to cook with, but by God, she knows how. And we ain't got deer down here in Florida. We got these little tiny dogs. They call them deer, but they're not deer.
They're called key deer.
Well, I mean,
and I think they're protected.
Well, you may have something close to a normal-ish pygmy deer up in the panhandle, but
It's not an actual deer.
well, I mean, they get lost from Georgia and they wind up down here. So,
But anytime that deer are brought up, I immediately flash back to the vacation whenever the eggs were still
John
small
Stanley,
eggs.
you are 100% correct in that, sir. It's not a cult. It's a fucking family.
where the eggs were still
Yeah.
small-ish and everything, and we managed to do a vacation. And you horrified, absolutely horrified some strange person who covered their children's ears whenever you
Yeah.
referenced how tasty a deer would be.
Yeah. That's where my country boy accidentally slipped out in public. While I agree, they are adorable. Okay, they look like a long-legged hamster. Dan Mercer, thank you, sir. I appreciate the shit out of that, man. I do, man. I do. Yes, they are a chupacabra. Well, Joey, it's about the same category as eating a squirrel, dude, because that's about all you got on the bone once you get the hide and hair off of it.
They are the equivalent of a squirrel in Florida.
They're a high water squirrel. That explains the long legs.
I don't know. We've had a squirrel shaking his tail feathers at us at work here recently. He's a little aggressive.
Injure? Yeah, you ain't wrong there, man. Laura, no, you are absolutely not. Okay. We have these white cranes that land in our yard fairly frequently here. And
Fuck them.
more than once I've wondered, it's like, if you pluck them, I wonder how the drumsticks from one of those things would wind up getting smoked on the grill. And I'm glad you got it up and running, man. I'm glad it helped you. What the hell are you talking about barking, Zippo? J Mac, you're absolutely right in there, and the parallels there are staggering, dude. Oh man. Now, full confession here, I'm a horrible Southerner because we didn't go squirrel hunting all that much because at a young age I figured out there ain't enough meat on them little bastards to really make it worthwhile to clean them and skin them and all. I mean, you gotta be hungry if you're going to take squirrel on for dinner. All right, Tara. I love you, hun. I'll catch you on the next trip, okay? Lefty, that's funny as shit, but that ain't right. You know it. And I've heard that about peacock. I mean, they look pretty.
Only the males.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how the seasons run, but I could be parked here in my chair, in the back of the garage, and at certain times of the day or night, if I reached over and grabbed my pellet rifle, I could plank squirrels off the power pole here in the back alley all day long. That's a really good question. What do you call a female peacock?
I answered it.
Just the peak. Oh God.
You're welcome.
Y'all see what I got to put up with here? Chefsy, we used to get crawdads off the pond on our land in Arkansas when I was a kid. Bad part is sometimes we'd be out there mowing the pasture, and during certain times of the rainy season, especially with where we were at there in Arkansas, it was all gray and white clay on our land, so it didn't rain for shit. And you'd see these big ass crawdad mounds grow up out in the pasture all the damn time, and you'd have to sit there and either back over them to flatten them down because if you hit one of them with the mower, it either knocked the damn teeth off the sickle bar if we were using a sickle bar mower, or it'd been the blade on the damn belly mower that we had. Hen, God. Oh shit. Guys, it's been fun, and thank you, because I've probably laughed more here in the last hour and a half than I have in the last 2 damn weeks, because this is some stuff that's been in my head hard and fast here lately. But everybody that stepped up on this, I have no way to repay you. I have no way that I'll ever be able to feel good about that. But trust me when I tell you that it's absolutely recognized and it's absolutely appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. But I have got to put the princess to bed because she has a early morning tomorrow morning.
Don't tell me what to do.
Shut up. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for me and the wife unit. And this ain't YouTube bullshit. This is real. Me. This is Joe. Thank you. Every single one of you. And I'm hoping like hell once we get over the hump here and we kind of get back to half-ass normal, we can get back to the Abby normal that is somewhat normal for us. But till then, thank y'all. And I appreciate y'all keeping us in your thoughts. And I appreciate all the positive vibes that you guys are putting out for us, because that means a metric shit ton to me. I love y'all. And it's pretty damn overwhelming to know that people out there care as much as they do about somebody like me, because I'm nobody special. I'm just some dumb bumpkin that's handy at turning a wrench, and I say goofy shit on the camera from time to time. Seriously, though.
Yo, Survivor.
Thank you. I love y'all. We're gonna pull the plug on this thing tonight, guys. We'll get something together for Monday. We'll give you an update on the house. We'll give you an update on the shovelhead, and who knows? Well, maybe something else will pop up and just kind of weird and unusual, or maybe I'll run across something that's kind of the normal. Oh my God, I can't believe they did this shit. Throughout the work day. So if you guys are over on Patreon, kind of keep your ears peeled, and because I try to share a bunch of stuff over there with you guys from the day to day. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll catch you next trip, okay? Nighters.
Night.
The wife unit says nighty night. Now I got to go put her to bed. Thank y'all.